Hello, another SCT question, and the topic of SCT question is graphic system of inequality. Uh, we are given a coordinate plane, and the question is, if the system of inequality x is less than or equal to 3, and let me highlight what's given, and if y is greater than or equal to 3. To right here. Okay, so here is here. So is graph in the xy coordinate plane above which quadrant contains no solution. So we are going to find which quadrant doesn't contain any solution, or what could be possible answer looking at the bottom choices. So let's start with the first one. Given inequality is given x is less than or equal to 3. Now we are going to do a few adjustment here. If x is on the right hand side, it's recommended, it looks better and it makes sense, easy to read. If we could flip, we could write the same thing, x is less than or equal to 3. It gives the same message as the first one. Now, before we put this on the graph, we have to decide what type of boundary line is going to be here, since x is less than or equal to, or even if it's less than or equal to, for less than or equal to sign, we are going to have boundary line solid. And for less than or equal to sign, or less than only, we are going to shade to the left. Okay, let's talk about what type of line you are going to have. Since we have x here, whenever you have x, you are going to have vertical line here. Vertical line on 3. So when you have vertical line, the left hand side will have smaller number. So let's start graphing it. It will do a little bit lines in the back, some of them are not clear. So let's see, my 1, 2, 3 for x are here, and I'm going to have vertical line on top of 3 on x-axis here. So wherever I go on this line, up or down, my x is going to stay the same. So I could connect those dots with the vertical line like this. Now, other thing, we did decide the line is going to be vertical. So this line is vertical and solid line, type of the line. We are going to shade to the left side of the line because number on the left are smaller. So let's make note of that too, so there will be no confusion about shading part. So shade left side of the line. Side of the boundary line. So left side of the boundary line, you know, this is the area. Okay, now we are going to pick up second inequality and graph that, which is y is greater than or equal to -1. We could also flip and write y is greater than or equal to -1. They are the same, but we prefer to have variable on the left. It makes things a little bit easier to read and graph as well. So this is my, let me write on the top, it's a little bit lighter. So let's think about, for this sign, again, we know whenever you have equal sign underneath, your boundary line should be solid. So it's going to give a solid line. Other things to remember that since we have a greater than or equal sign, we should shade to the right or above the line. Since we are talking about actually, we have y is greater than equal to, whenever you have y, basically you are looking for horizontal line on the y axis. You're going to look that number on y-axis and then you are going to draw a horizontal line going through that number. So let's start looking at y-axis. -1 on y-axis is going to be right there, right here. So on this, wherever you go, left or right, you're going to see your line is going to be horizontal, because if you move left and we put more points here, here, or on this side, and when we connect those points, we know the line is going to be solid because we have an equal line underneath inequality sign. Solid line, and we are going to shade above the line. Shade above the line. So these are very important things to remember when we are deciding to graph. So at this point, I am ready to connect those points with the solid line right here. And now we already also decided which part of the line we are going to shade, which is going to be above the line. So let's shade with a different color. Everything on the top of this blue line, I'm going to shade right there. So looking at this, if we look carefully, since we are talking about solution for inequality, and we should look for the part where shading is overlapping, two shades overlap, which is in this area. Pink and yellow are overlapping here. So if you look carefully, this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, and this is quadrant 3. And part of this is actually in quadrant 4 too, this part, because this is our 0, this is our x-axis, we have a horizontal line going through -1, and it looks like we do have solution in quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So correct answer choice for this is choice D, which is all quadrant 4 contains solution. That's a little bit deceiving question. If you are not paying attention, you might wondering where is no solution, but you're going to go for your graph, and then you choose, look at your choices and choose what you see on your graph. So solution from your graph should match the correct choice, so which is choice D. And I hope you enjoyed. See you guys with another aesthetic question. Meanwhile, keep on studying, keep on trying. See you next time.